You remember the TV series The Big Bang Theory? The hilarious laughs and iconic lines from its exceptionally talented cast. For years, they brought smiles to the world. But 18 years later, reality is far from rosy. Serious illnesses, broken marriages, and dramatic physical changes have reshaped their lives and their faces. Some are now almost unrecognizable. Take a deep breath, because what they'll look like in 2025 might shock you. Bob Newhart was born on September 5, 1929, in Oak Park, Illinois. In 2013, at the age of 84, he appeared in The Big Bang Theory as Professor Proton, a retired television scientist who became a childhood idol for Sheldon Cooper. Despite his limited screen time, the character carried a gentleness, memories, and quiet wisdom, adding emotional depth to the final years of the series. But behind that gentle smile lay a lifetime of pain, loss, and extraordinary resilience. At the heart of Bob Newhart's life was his marriage of over 60 years to his wife, Ginny, a rare Hollywood love story, free from scandal and fanfare. When she passed away in 2023, a part of him seemed to leave as well. In his final year, he spoke less, smiled less, and walked slowly, as if learning to exist without his other half. Beneath that pain lay an older wound. Years of smoking had led Bob Newhart to develop laryngeal cancer in 1985. Doctors warned he could lose his voice permanently, almost certainly the end of his stand-up comedy career. He had also experienced bitter career setbacks. While The Bob Newhart Show and Newhart himself became television icons, later projects like Bob and George and Leo were public failures, leaving him fearful of being forgotten in an industry that turns its back so quickly. Therefore, when The Big Bang Theory cast him as Professor Proton, it was more than just a role, it was belated recognition. At age 84, Bob Newhart won his first Emmy Award, a whisper that he was never a thing of the past. Bob Newhart passed away on July 18, 2024, at the age of 94, after a brief illness, quietly ending a monumental life. His estimated net worth of $65 million reflects decades of dedication to stand-up comedy, television, and storytelling. He was buried alongside his beloved wife, leaving behind a legacy woven from classic deadpan humor, quiet kindness, and laughter that brought a little lightness to the world. Simon Helberg was born on December 9, 1980, in Los Angeles, California. At age 27, he embodied Howard Wolowitz in The Big Bang Theory in 2007, an eccentric, flamboyant aerospace engineer whose ego was as boisterous as any of his outfits. This character brought a burst of energy, unexpected fragility, and unique comedic rhythm, gradually becoming an indispensable part of the series' identity. Few know that this was a role Helberg almost turned down, and it was the role that changed everything. Marriage brought him stability, but not peace. Simon married Jocelyn Town in 2007. And from the outside, they look like one of the few Hollywood couples to avoid chaos. However, Helberg later admitted that the relentless filming schedule constantly pulled him away from his family, to the point where he felt like a mere shadow in his own home. Raising two children while shouldering the weight of a global sitcom, Simon faced an unnameable sense of guilt, a silent struggle between ambition and presence, between career and fatherhood. A quieter battle came from time. Helberg didn't suffer from any serious illness, but he repeatedly spoke of his anxieties about aging in an industry obsessed with youth. Comedy demands sharpness, precision, and emotional resilience, things that aren't easily maintained. Leaving The Big Bang Theory didn't bring the relief he hoped for. For months, he drifted between auditions, short-term projects, and unseen expectations, constantly haunted by the thought that audiences only saw him as a caricature, a bowl-cut hairstyle, and an oversized belt. By 2025, Simon Helberg will turn 45. He's chosen roles more carefully, stepped back a bit, and put his family at the center of his life more than ever. His estimated net worth of $55 million is testament to a career built on discipline and precision. But Helberg carries that success lightly, because he understands just how fragile the line between achievement and the invisible cage can sometimes be. Kaley Cuoco was born on November 30th, 1985, in Camarillo, California. At just 22 years old, She landed the role of Penny in The Big Bang Theory in 2007, a warm, straightforward woman who started out as a waitress but gradually became the heart of the show. Penny was not only the main character, but also the bridge between genius and chaos, making the sitcom relatable and realistic. That role propelled Kaley Cuoco to global fame. But the spotlight came with a harsh price. The first major setback struck in 2010, unexpectedly and cruelly. A horse riding accident caused her to fall violently, shattering her ankle to the point that doctors considered amputation before they could save her leg. Waking up in a hospital bed, Kaley feared not only the pain, she feared she would never walk again. That pain shook even the confidence she once had. Her love life was no less unforgiving. Her whirlwind marriage to Ryan Sweeting in 2013 collapsed as quickly as it began, leaving Kaley emotionally exhausted and the target of public scrutiny. She tried again with Carl Cook, another hope, another promise, and yet another heartbreak. The 2022 divorce left Kaley admitting she felt torn in two, beginning to doubt whether she was born for a long-term commitment. With Tom Pelphrey, she found warmth again. But the joy of motherhood in 2023 also brought a new challenge: sleepless nights, postpartum anxiety, and the almost constant pressure of appearing in front of cameras. Even happiness, this time, came with exhaustion. By 2025, Kaley Cuoco will turn 40. She continues to work tirelessly, acting, producing, and raising her daughter, all while trying to protect the fragile peace she has worked so hard to build. Her estimated net worth of $110 million looks impressive on paper, but behind that number lies scars that money can never truly heal. Melissa Rauch was born on June 23, 1980 in Marlborough Township, New Jersey. In 2009, at age 29, she joined The Big Bang Theory as Bernadette Rostenkowski, a petite microbiologist whose rage could shake an entire room. Bernadette's sharp voice and explosive energy quickly transformed Melissa's small stature into one of the show's most powerful comedic weapons. But beneath that strong exterior lay a woman silently battling her own personal struggles. Her marriage to Winston Rauch was her greatest support, but even love couldn't protect them from the pain of infertility. Before welcoming their two children, Melissa suffered multiple miscarriages, losses she later described as silent earthquakes. The lengthy treatments, the cold waiting rooms, and the constant flickering and shattering of hope, all left indelible scars. Even after becoming a mother, the fear lingered. Simultaneously, Melissa lived under the harsh scrutiny of the entertainment industry. At only about 1.5 meters tall, she was frequently the target of criticism about her appearance and voice. The cruelty of Hollywood permeated every audition, where she was rejected, belittled, and ridiculed. Before The Big Bang Theory saved her career, Melissa had stood in line for unemployment benefits, holding back tears and telling herself she still deserved to stay in profession. When the film ended, the struggle took on a new form. But by 2025, at age 45, Melissa Rauch was no longer just a woman trying to survive. She is a mother of two, a prominent figure in Night Court, and finally being given roles that truly reflect the resilient person she has become. Her estimated net worth of $20 million comes not only from acting and producing, but also from years of survival in a world that once tried to crush her. Jim Parsons was born on March 24, 1973, in Houston, Texas. At age 34, he landed the role that would completely change his life: Sheldon Cooper in The Big Bang Theory, released in 2007. With his sharp intellect, cool demeanor, and unique style, Sheldon quickly became the soul of the show, shaping the comedic rhythm and turning the series into a global cultural phenomenon. However, behind the dazzling spotlight lay a silent battle. For years, Parsons concealed his sexual orientation, fearing that a single truthful statement could shatter the career he had worked so hard to build. That pressure made his relationship with Todd Spiewak fragile, a relationship where love had to exist in reserve and caution. When Parsons came out in 2012, what should have been a moment of freedom was instead met with a wave of criticism. Praise wasn't enough to soothe the deep wounds inflicted by public opinion. Even after their wedding in 2017, their private lives continued to be scrutinized by the public. Throughout 12 seasons, Maintaining the image of Sheldon, an icon of perfection and control, gradually wore down Parsons' spirit. He admitted that the fatigue, anxiety, and prolonged pressure had driven him into a state of quiet depression. By 2019, leaving the show wasn't just a career decision. It was his way of reclaiming control of his life. Today, at age 52, Jim Parsons chooses a slower pace of life, focusing on select projects, preserving his marriage, and protecting the peace he spent decades seeking. With an estimated net worth of $80 million, he continues to build his career, but this time at his own pace. Thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more content coming your way. Feel free to share your thoughts or suggest topics you'd like to see next in the comments below. Your support means a lot to us, and we'll see you in the next video.